front-end family. Welcome to our latest video on the ultimate CSS tips and tricks to take your coding skills to the next level. In this video, we're going to share our top 5 CSS tips and tricks to help you create stunning design with ease and to also write more efficient code with confidence. So if you're ready to level up your coding skills, let's get started. Have you ever wondered how articles just show you a few lines of text, maybe the first 2 lines or the first 3 lines, something like this? Well, this is where this property comes to place, truncate, and I'm about to show you everything you need to know about this property and how it works. So as you can see, we're going to use this as an example. So I want to crop maybe at least, let's say, 2 lines of this my text and show you just one. All of this my text and just leave one for you to actually view it. If you look at the HTML, I'm not having much, it's just a div and a paragraph that is inside. So I'm going to target this paragraph here. The first thing I'm going to do now is to give a display of WebKit box. A display of WebKit box, just like what I'm having here. Then the next property that is going to come determines the number of lines you want it to show. So I will choose just one. Property is going to be WebKit line clamp. As you can see, I chose one, so I just want to see just one line appear, which is WebKit line clamp. That's the name of the property. And the third property which is going to show the vertical or the horizontal, which I'm going to use the vertical. You see, which is going to be WebKit box orient vertical. That's the third property. It's going to go in vertical. So if I save this here, now you're actually seeing my text here overflowing. So this is where the third property comes to place, which is overflow hidden. So the moment I give this an overflow hidden, now my text is going to be hidden and I'm only going to be shown one line of text. As you can see, I'm even having a dot, which means there's a continuation of this text. This is actually how some articles do their things. So if I decide to change this my WebKit line clamp to, let's say, 2, now I'm going to be showing 2 lines of my text here. If I save here, now I'm being shown 2 lines of my text here. I can decide to make it a 3. Now I'm shown 3 lines of my text here. So this is actually how it works. It's just 4 different properties and you're good to go. So this is actually everything about this truncate. So now I'm going to show how you can add linear gradient to your text, just like what I'm having here, because I have gotten a lot of comments from people that are asking how you can actually add gradient to your text, because a lot of people complain that they know how to add it to their background, but they get confused on how to add it to the text instead of the background. Now I'm going to show how you can actually add it to your text. So if I save here, now it's gone. So the first thing you're going to do is to declare a background, which now you're going to give a linear gradient. A linear gradient, so let's just give it a red and a blue, comma, blue. So if I save here, now you're seeing the linear gradient, but it is on my background, not my text. So it's just my background that is having the linear gradient, not my text. So the next property I'm going to give is to make the linear gradient to be in my text, not my background. So what I'm going to do now is to give it a WebKit. WebKit dash, then you write background, then you write dash, then you write clip, then you specify what you want it to clip on, which is the text, and that's all. So the moment you save this thing, what happened now is you're not actually seeing the linear gradient. That's because it has disappeared, but literally it's not like it has disappeared. Now the linear gradient is stacking inside my text, not my background anymore. So if I zoom here, okay, now let me zoom here a little bit, and you can actually see it by the edges of the text. If you can see it right here, it is actually there, but it's not showing. So what I'm going to do now is to make the text to be transparent so that you can actually see linear gradients. So the next property now to make your text transparent, it's not like you're going to make the text literally transparent, but what you're going to do, you're going to use a different property called WebKit, then you make a dash and you make a text. Since we are targeting our text, you make a dash, you then write fill, a dash, then you specify the color, which we want it to be what? Transparent. Now the moment we save here, now we are going to be having our text to be having the linear gradient instead of our background. So this is actually how you can add linear gradient to your text instead of inserting it to your background. So let me just bring this down so that you can actually get it more easily. So we are just having 3 properties to make a linear gradient to your text. You first declare the background, then you give it a linear gradient of the color of your choice. The second property, you give it a WebKit or background clip, which will then clip the linear gradient to your text. Then the next property, you make your text to be transparent with a property of WebKit-text-fill-color, then you put transparent. Your text is going to be having a background of transparent instead of the whole background. I use this a lot in my tutorials, so I get a lot of questions from people on how do I used to do it. So today I'm about to show you. So now, as you can see here, I'm just having a box here with a text in it of paragraph. If you want to make this kind of feature on your page, first of all, you target your parent container here and you give it overflow of auto. You give it an overflow of auto. That's the first thing you do. Then you give it a property called resize. Then you decide, maybe let's give it a both, which means both sides. The moment you save, now you have the ability to actually change the size of your box here. That's actually how you can do it. It's so simple with just 2 lines of code. And you can actually change this to vertical, which will only give you the ability to reside it in vertical way. If I save it here, now I can only change it in vertical. As you can see here, it can go horizontal, but it can only move vertical. You can change it to horizontal also, and it's going to work the same way. If I give it a horizontal, now it's going to move only horizontal form, as you can see. But most of the time when I'm using it in tutorial, I make it to be in both. So that's actually how it works. It's so simple. For this one, I'm going to show you how you can actually flip your text to move upside down, left or right, and you can actually move it around with just one line of CSS called the writing mode vertical LR. So at the moment, let me just uncomment this. Now with this, you can actually flip your code. As you can see here, how my text just flipped because I targeted the text and I gave it a writing mode of vertical LR. Now my text is flipped. You can actually make it a display flex here so that it can be aligned in the same line. If I just make a display flex here, now it's going to be aligned. As you can see here, this is the result for it. And that's actually how it works now with just one line of code, writing mode vertical align. I know a lot of times you see like a button on a website and you're not able to click on it.
Why is that?
I'm about to show you how you can actually do it. But if you look at this, my button here, if I click on it, it's going to take me to this page. If I click on go back, it's going to take me to my main page. If I click on it, it takes me, if I click on it, it brings me back. But I'm going to show you with one line of code what you do. You can't have effect on a button. As you can see, if I hover, I have a background change that is happening. So one line of code, you can actually change that. I'm just going to give a pointer event of none. You target your button and you give it a pointer event of none. With this one line of code, you're not going to be able to hover on it, talk less of having effect on it. Even if I click, it's not going to take me to the next page. But with the moment I take this, my pointer event of none, I take it out and I save. Now, if I click on it, as you can even see, my hover is happening. If I click, it's going to take me to this page. Click it back, it's going to take me to my main page. But with this, my property here, pointer event of none, I won't be able to have effect on this, my button. It's going to be a waste of time. So this is actually what people use on their website if you don't want to actually have effect on a certain thing. I hope you have actually gained something out of this video. If yes, please don't forget to like this video and tell me in the comment section which one you knew and which one was the first one you're actually getting to know it today. And also don't forget to tell me your experience while watching this video. If you also want to join us in exploring the world of CSS, so don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for your time.